This is a big deal. Walk us through what you learned in your reporting.
So we learned from our sources that Amazon is in talks to invest $10 billion or more into OpenAI in a deal that could also see OpenAI using Amazon's Trainium chips, in addition to the GPUs from NVIDIA that OpenAI uses. So this would be a major investment by Amazon into OpenAI. And Amazon historically has tied itself to Anthropic, but as we've seen in the past couple of weeks, Anthropic has done big deals with Microsoft and Google. So Amazon is also forming another alliance with OpenAI.
So I do want to dig into this a little further, but I was counting all the companies that OpenAI has deals with now. And I think the question now really is, who doesn't OpenAI have a deal with? Because they have the deal with NVIDIA, AMD, Broadcom. They've got Amazon for the chips. I guess they don't have a Google TPU deal just yet. Meta has that, or at least according to our reporting. Um, OpenAI is really just, they're using everybody at this point.
Yeah, that's right. And Amazon is the largest cloud provider. So, they obviously are looking around the room and seeing that OpenAI is projecting that it's going to be spending, you know, potentially hundreds of billions on cloud computing in the future. So, I think it makes sense that the largest cloud provider does want a piece of that. And, this is just a long time coming, I think.
And so, this is also one of these circular deals that we've been talking about, although Amazon here would be both the chip player and the cloud player, whereas sometimes we've seen that spread apart. But it's another one of these vendor financing deals, right? Where OpenAI is essentially getting paid to pay money back to Amazon.
Yeah, as you might remember, just last month, Amazon and OpenAI announced a strategic partnership in which OpenAI said that over the next couple years, it's going to spend somewhere around 38 billion on renting Amazon servers. Of course, that deal only covered GPUs from NVIDIA. So yeah, now if OpenAI were to get a cash injection from Amazon, it might help them pay their cloud bills, including their Amazon cloud bill.
Do you think Microsoft is really upset about this, or was this kind of expected and par for the course at this point?
I think since we expected that this would happen, I'm sure Microsoft also saw the writing on the wall and was expecting it too. Amazon is its largest cloud competitor, so I'm sure this isn't an ideal scenario for them. But Microsoft does still maintain a large advantage if this deal gets done. Microsoft is the only cloud company that's allowed to sell OpenAI models to cloud customers. And that's, they've maintained the exclusive right to do so, even as OpenAI has been able to sign other cloud deals. So there definitely is a silver lining for Microsoft.
Well, and the other link that I'm thinking about here, and you mentioned this up top, but Amazon has worked so closely with Anthropic, and we know that Anthropic has been big in helping Amazon get its Trainium chip out into the market. I mean, I'm looking at Dario and Daniela saying, I thought you were giving Trainium to us. I mean, I know everyone's working with everybody, but OpenAI and Anthropic are rivals here, and so I'm sure there was maybe a tough conversation there between Andy Jassy and Dario.
Yeah, I think from Andy Jassy's perspective, he really needs a leading model company to at least publicly talk about using Trainium chips. And we know that AWS has that existing deal with Anthropic, but in recent weeks, all the news that we've been hearing and breaking are about Anthropic using Google's TPUs.
Right.
So it seems like pretty good timing for Andy Jassy to be calling Sam Altman about Trainium chips.
It's actually nuts. Like everyone, I mean, it's like I feel like we should have, and maybe you have this on your whiteboard at home already, but we should have a matrix of all the companies that I work with, all the companies. And as a reporter, if there is not a link tying two companies, that should be the question that you're asking, really.
Yeah, that's essentially what happened here with Amazon and OpenAI. So the matrix is getting even more
Right.
complicated.
Let me ask you one question before you go. What questions do you have now going forward here about this story?
Yeah, one thing we heard from our sources was that this investment by Amazon could kick off a broader financing effort that OpenAI does. So I think heading into the holidays, that is what we will be making calls on for sure.
Great. Well, Anissa, it was a big story. Congrats on the scoop and look forward to having you on once again as you learn more. That is Anissa Gardizzi, our cloud and compute reporter here at The Information.